Silver. That is us out of time for the moment. Just a reminder that if you are watching us on All Red Video, LFCTV or our YouTube membership, our first live match day will be up after I finish. If you are watching on social media or on our free YouTube service, your stream will end. You will not be able to watch the live action. If you want to watch the games, then go to our website. Go to video.liverpoolfc.com to find all the details of how to sign up. And that is it from me for the moment. Let's head to our commentary team for this first game, though. It is former Liverpool defender Gary Gillespie, and first, John Bradley.
Number 28 in goal is Freddie Woodward. 91, Lucas Stevenson.
Yes, there's something always very, very special about these games. The traditional curtain raiser as it's become to the new season for Liverpool to play games at Anfield. Athletic Club from Bilbao, our old friends, are in town today to provide the opposition, and stern opposition, tough opposition it will be too. And we've just seen that wonderful gesture as well from Athletic Club's president as well, to lay those flowers in front of the cup in memory of Diogo Jota. The players about to make their way out. Let's take a check on the two teams for this first game. It's going to be interesting to see Liverpool's lineup. Freddie Woodman is given an opportunity in goal. We're expecting to see a change in the back four with Trey Naoni expected to step in there. No Virgil van Dijk today. Andrew Robertson, Costa Simicas and Lucas Stevenson also in there as well. And ahead of him, Curtis Jones, Alexi McAllister. The terrors on the wing are Rio Ngamoa and Ben Doak. Harvey Elliott providing the ammunition for Darwin Nunez up top.
Yeah, excitingly, obviously the two youngsters, Ngamoa and Doak, on the wide areas of the pitch, both love to take people on. It'll be interesting to see how well they perform today.
And here's the Athletic Club side for this first game. Plenty of experience in that one. Alex Padilla is the backup goalkeeper at the club. Inigo Leque has played more than 200 games for the club. And then ahead of him, Mikel Vesga will lead them through midfield. Nico Serrano, Alex Berenguer on the flanks, and Gorka Gurazeta will lead the line for Athletic Club. Well, it's turning into a beautiful afternoon, a beautiful early evening. The rain earlier in the day has given way to sunshine. The wind has even calmed down as well. And we are set with perfect conditions for this first game. As the teams emerge, Freddie Woodman coming out for the first time as a Liverpool goalkeeper at Anfield for the first time. Could he even believe he'd be here? And Rio Ngamoa, my oh my, has he caught the eye of pre-season.
Well, it's been exciting, hasn't it? Exciting that Liverpool come out and, well, the old Adidas kit is retro, isn't it? It's very much back to the day when I was playing. It reminds me a lot about that, but it's always a fantastic occasion when your first game at Anfield. It's a little bit different, certainly from my time. We used to like just have it behind closed
just delivered with particular amount of gusto, perhaps even more today. A little more heart in there as well. And now it's time to get down to business. The new season is closing in very, very quickly. Liverpool who get us underway. The ball will go back here towards Andrew Robertson, who has lined up at the heart of that Liverpool defence alongside Trainioni. Will take some use to that new squad number. Kostas Tsimikas has lined up at left back as we expected as well. Bathed in sunshine, Anfield, just as it was a couple of months ago when they won the Premier League title. Alexis McAllister has been managed through pre-season in terms of his workload and his training after the injuries that he suffered that brought an early end to his season. New role for Trainioni today, a different role, alongside Andrew Robertson.
I think at such a young age, I think he's played at least half a dozen positions, different positions. A wee job at like centre-back just now.
There's Robertson out towards Elliott, who can't quite take the ball in. It was nicked from him by Rego, but Liverpool have it back. And the buzz as Ngamoa gets the ball and runs. Oh my goodness me! Is there anything he can't do? Rio Ngamoa with another stunning moment for Liverpool.
Well, we're trying to manage the expectation about this young lad, but when he does that in the opening minutes of a game, his first kind of big game at Anfield, I suppose. I mean, what do you say about it? I mean, he just picks the ball up. There's only one intention in his mind, is that obviously to get a shot at goal. But it's all about like picking the right effort. And to pick the right effort he does. It's a beautiful little ball. All credit to McAllister because he wins it in a good area of the pitch. But then the directness and the speed and the direction that he goes at Ngamoa just opens his body up and looks for that far corner and finds it with aplomb. Liverpool, well, off to a dream start.
Fast and fearless, Rio Ngamoa has the lot. And another outstanding moment, another outstanding goal. And he's already building up quite the collection. And that moment will live with him forever.
Well, I think it just epitomises what Liverpool are all about, though, isn't it? Like the aggression, the willingness, the closing down of like the midfield players and Alexis McAllister to win the ball in good areas of the pitch, and that gives the Liverpool the counter attack, and certainly they used it to great advantage.
Well, what a start for Liverpool. Trying to find their way through there, but all eyes on that young man. It's almost like you want to try and rein in the talent, but he just keeps doing things that probably keep propelling himself to world attention, never mind the national attention. And it's hard, isn't it? Because as a coach, you probably want to look after a 16-year-old boy, Gary, but
no, as I say,
not this time.
Well, a little bit betwixt and between Mungie, like he wasn't quite sure whether to cross it or whether to shoot. In the end, he did neither, to be honest.
Well, they have been forced into a change here. Robin Navarro, one of the new acquisitions in the transfer window, has come on. Last thing Ernesto Valverde needed after conceding the 2 goals. That won't concern him too much. Losing players does worry coaches in pre-season. As I say, they've already lost a couple of defenders. And now lost another as well. And back with Woodman. A good opportunity for him today. to get some game time at Anfield. Gakpo trying to thread the ball forward. That's Navarro. Can't keep it. The ball will go back to Woodman. It is very interesting, Gary, because when you have young players,
I like that filming.
like Ngoma, Neoni very much part of the first team plans last season. Neoni very much part of Lucas Stevenson has been out on loan and played that. What the plan is for them, he's been out on loan. The more you watch Ngoma, what the plan is for them, to think he's going to be certainly part of things at the training ground and part of the first team setup alongside Trey Neoni. Might be a few disappointed clubs there because there'd be a queue as long as there could be. How about that for a first touch? He's going to get penalised for the foul after that. He's absolutely fearless.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, you look at the top clubs, and you probably bring Paris Saint-Germain into that. Like, really, the emphasis on their players, like the two wide players, isn't it? Like youngsters that, well, when I say youngsters, the Georgian guy who I'm not even trying to pronounce his name.
Kvaratskhelia.
But like the players that excite you, don't they? That they can take players on. And Barcelona a little bit like similar as well.
You got quite good at saying his name, Gary, in the Champions League games.
Yeah, you've got to see it on a regular basis, though, John.
Here's Andrew Robertson. Well, 15 minutes into this first game of two at Anfield. Will break off Alessandro Rego. Liverpool have the ball back. Nunez just popped away from Harvey Elliott. Rego again. Well read. Good nick by Tsimikas. McAllister. We've hardly seen anything from Athletic Club so far, but they are breaking here with Berenguer. And Stevenson is very quickly onto him.
They do like to be called Athletic Club as well, yes, don't they, as opposed to Athletic.
That is their name, Bilbao. They aren't Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah. Back in the day they were. When they came out the heart.
That's a nice ball.
Oh,
it's in behind, and it took that little toe. He's still not got the ball away, and Robertson's made 1-2 really good blocks, and then the follow-up is fizzed up and over the top by Goratabel.
Well, really, that's the first opportunity that they've had. Really should have scored. That one there. I think it was Unai Gomez missed the opportunity, and then the follow-up there, just going across it. Difficult one this to control, isn't it, on the half volley. He's under a little bit of pressure. Goratabel. Liverpool a little bit sloppy in defence on that occasion.
Well, it's a bit of a makeshift back four for Arne Slot's side. They're very nearly breached there, leading by 2-0 in the 18th minute of the game. That's nicely done. Jones clipped. Liverpool free kick. And he's slow in getting up, is the Liverpool man.
Well, initially I just thought it was a little bit of a trip, but there might have been some force behind the challenge by Rego. Oh yeah, you can see there, he just catches him. Yeah, a bit of a sore one. A little bit late.
That's prompted a yellow card. And Jones is still feeling that.
Well, it's a funny sort of angle and quite a ways out. No wall going up from the Spaniards. Or is that? Might be a second thought.
It's Padilla. He's had a look at Alexis McAllister and thought, maybe I just need to set a block.
Well, he's trying to protect that right-hand side of the goal. As I say, it's a long way out on a tight angle as well. He'll do well to score from there, McAllister, as good as he is with a dead ball situation.
What has McAllister got in store for Liverpool here? He's gone to Nioni, who in turn tries to find Darwin Nunez. It was a very important header away. Ungamora again. Well, they managed to stop him this time. Not before he again threatened to inflict major damage.
Well, he gets a little bit of the break of the ball, and then, well, that little drop and like the shoulder and like the little step over just runs out of real estate a little bit.
And this is a good game for him to do things like that, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah, I think
in front of an Anfield crowd, yeah. Full house, good opposition. And as we reach the 20-minute mark, Anfield will pay tribute to Diogo Jota and to Andre Silva. A lovely, touching moment provided by the Anfield crowd and by the followers of Athletic Club as well. From at Preston, when it still felt very raw, very emotional. And whilst his loss will be felt forever, now you feel able to celebrate Diogo and Andre. As well as mourning their loss.
Well, gone, but obviously never forgotten, isn't it? It's the case.
There will never be another number 20. Diogo Jota is forever Liverpool's number 20. That's nicely done. Oh, good feet. Here's Doak. He wants part of the action as well. Here he goes. Oh, and the goalkeeper has to claw that away. He might have made it look a little more theatrical than it needed to be.
I think Padilla was actually trying to anticipate the cross going in front of him. He kind of goes behind him, almost like palms it into his own net. Bit of a desperate save in the end.
He might have just got himself a little too far out for a moment there. He's broken the play up really nicely there of the visitors. Berenguer. Clearance by Robertson. And here come Liverpool countering again. Just ran back into a little bit of traffic, did Curtis Jones. Berenguer again. He did have support outside him. That's a lovely ball. And the effort in the end is just blazed high and away from goal, but for a chance, it was a decent one for Serrano.
Oh, he's come off that far side, Serrano, very much the central position, and he meets it absolutely perfectly, but just a little bit too high. This is the opportunity for Ben Doak. Well, I say an opportunity. He gets to the byline, like all fans love to see an old-fashioned winger get to the byline. And I say Padilla kind of like anticipates it going across the 6-yard box in front of him. And Ben Doak doesn't quite manage to get his foot round it enough to do that, but it nearly sneaks in, nearly takes the goalkeeper by surprise.
It was a good win momentarily to nick the ball back, but they soon lose it again. Liverpool working hard. Right full-back position, Jones and Stevenson down there, along with Doak. Well, given Liverpool's roaring start to the game, the crowd have been pretty quiet, it must be said. Almost as they were waiting for Liverpool to score every couple of minutes. The game has settled into more of a pattern now, 25 minutes in. A nice twist and turn, but it was a decent challenge again by Gorosabel. They're having trouble keeping it for a decent length of time. Bilbao. And Jones starting to come more and more into the game. It's just a little clip by Serrano on Tsimikas. Disdainful look from the Greek international. It's only a friendly, don't do that. I don't think there's no such thing as a friendly anymore, is there? Well, they've won the ball back again here, have Athletic Club. That's a nice little piece of movement, although they stayed quite narrow. Serrano came inside, here they go again, and the shot is over the top from Gurazeta.
Yeah, it's kind of speculative from Gurazeta. He's got a lot to do, like to score from that sort of distance and that sort of angle. The amount of bodies that are in between as well.
Woodman just had to keep an eye on where it was going.
I think he was very comfortable, wasn't he? Freddie Woodman.
He just had to retrieve his own ball there, did the goalkeeper.
He got the 45 minutes, didn't he, in the pressing game?
He did. He made a couple of decent saves as well, didn't he?
Young Lucas Stevenson, albeit that he's not done anything really spectacular, but he's been quite effective in that back position.
Again, stepping in today with Connor Bradley ruled out with a minor knock. You probably would have expected Bradley to play one game and Jeremie Frimpong perhaps the next. Doak. Lovely little pirouette. It's a good challenge on Elliott. It's a little ball that's threaded, but the goalkeeper will get there. Padilla was in a good position. As then Gomorrah again tried to get onto that through ball.
He was just a little bit on his heels, Engamo. One thing you would say, any time that Alexi McAllister picks the ball up in these sort of areas, as a striker or as a forward player, get switched on, because his vision and awareness of like where the space is second to none. He'll find you, he'll make the pass. If you make the run.
It's a foul by Bellingham on Stevenson. It's a sharp little pull to McAllister there from Curtis Jones. He just brushed it off by laying the ball back to him under a tackle snapping away at his heels. It's another ball looking for Ngomoa. He will get it as well. Slapped away downfield. It's much more even now. I suppose it had to be, given Athletic Club suffering the effects of Liverpool's start to the game. Nioni. He's looking for that little run of Ben Doak. The ball went one way, Doak was just going the other. Nicely done by Mikel Vesca, one of the really experienced players in this first team for Bilbao. Long-serving member of this Athletic Club. That's Jones. It's tidy from Liverpool. Again, Elliott busying himself. Lovely little shift. Nunez. It's patient from Liverpool on the edge of the Bilbao penalty area. Elliott's ball in, helped on by Jones. Not much else he could do there. And the goalkeeper able to gather.
Well, the one thing you would say, well, small criticism there, that Liverpool had the ball for ages there, but there was no kind of end product in the end, which is a little bit disappointing, but certainly they look very comfortable in possession. Passing's been slick and quick and precise.
This Serrano. The switch is for Alex Berenguer, but he's not going to get that. Well, he's one of the great coaches, isn't he, of world football. So respected, of course, in Spain for his achievements, and respected beyond as well. And taking Athletic Club back into the Champions League for the first time in 10 years. Always seems like Athletic Club are one of them teams that are favourites, or one of the favourites to win the Europa League every year. That's seemingly where they've been for a long, long time, but the aim was to be in the Champions League again. Betting making that little run, watched by Nioni. The ball was a little bit big for him anyway. He just wandered in off that flank and he was unguarded momentarily. There's Alice Berenguer. That's a lovely little ball delivered for the charging Darwin Nunez, and it was a really good recovery tackle to get across and prevent him adding to Liverpool's tally.
Well, it was touch and go whether he was offside or not. Referee's assistant's flag didn't go up. It will be a corner for Liverpool. Never just quite sat nicely for Darwin Nunez. Shot could have maybe hit it on the second bounce, but as I say, it was never quite right for him.
John De Luis it was who got back and made the challenge. It's McAllister with the corner. Goalkeeper is coming, and it's a good clean catch by Padilla. Liverpool a little short-numbered here defensively. It's a lovely ball by Padilla. And the charging run and the pass by Berenguer doesn't find the man alongside him, who was Nico Serrano, and really it should be 2-1.
Well, to be honest with you, Liverpool get caught a little bit short-numbered, but it's all about, when you get into this final third, it's all about like making the right sort of decision. I thought Berenguer makes the wrong decision in passing it. I think he should have maybe attempted to get across the face of Kostas Tsimikas and have a shot yourself.
Well, Trainioni did well to hold his position. There goes the corner, and it's flicked up off the shin perhaps of Stevenson and up and over the top.
I don't think he knew too much about it.
I think his reaction would suggest that.
Sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky as a defender. As I said, Liverpool defensively and attacking, like set plays like this in situations, they aren't the biggest team in the world.
Well, Berenguer will take the corner. It's hammered in towards that near post again. There were plenty of bodies going for it. And it breaks kindly in the end for Liverpool and for Freddie Woodman.
Gazzetta just at the far post there, just sneaks in behind Liverpool's back line.
Nuno Gomez it was who won the header.
Ball didn't quite come to them though, did it?
Nice turn from Nunez. And Gakpo didn't have much to work with, but worked it very nicely to get away from two defenders. There are immediately two defenders closing him down every time now. That's Stevenson. The challenge is a good one.
Again, simple little thing like that. That crossfield ball from Andy Robertson comes onto the chest. Lucas Stevenson. I mean, he could have easily just headed that back, or like headed it back into the 18-yard box. But he has the confidence and belief in his own ability to bring it down on his chest and in such a tight area.
Well, this has become something that Liverpool have been working on. Long throws. Tsimikas the latest to try. He's got a good delivery on him, and it's that secondary header away, which was a vital one for Bilbao.
Well, it's a little bit better than what we actually saw in Japan.
And now a chance for the visitors. That's a lovely ball threaded. And again the opportunity for Serrano. It's a decent ball. It's just a fraction behind Guruceta.
Yeah, maybe just gets in there a little bit too early. Does the Athletic Club striker. Liverpool again a little bit exposed in transition from set plays, their own set plays.
Well, Arne Slot's very relaxed down there, and chatting away in his technical area. Must be difficult to sort out teams for two games, and do you keep the same tactics? Do you change it around for the personnel that you've got in those different games?
Well, I think it's very much, I don't think the tactics will change. I think the pattern that Liverpool's play is more or less set in stone these days. He knows how he wants his teams to play. He knows what every individual is capable of. He won't ask anybody to like to do what they're not capable of doing. It can't be the easiest thing in the world, but that's why he's like the coach at Liverpool.
And a Premier League champion as well in his first season. Has seemingly opened the door. You read the young coaches in the Netherlands now. And speaking of what Arne Slot's achieved with Liverpool in reverential terms, so many young coaches in the Dutch Eredivisie. Melvin Bull, the new coach of Go Ahead Eagles, speaking about him last week ahead of the Dutch Super Cup, the Johan Cruyff Shield that took place yesterday in Eindhoven. Here's Neoni. Jones dropping in. That's Robertson. And there goes Ngomora again. He tried to squeeze it through a gap that was hardly there for Darwin Nunez, and he very nearly pulled it off.
Well, again, very direct. And one thing you see every time he picks the ball, he runs at defenders, a little give and go. He wants the return. Always looking to try and break the lines.
Here's Doak. That was an important touch to get the ball away, and Nico Serrano now. Oh, he's given that away. It's a shot that's deflected. And Costa Simicas it was who really reaped the rewards of Liverpool's high press.
Well, they wanted a free kick. I don't think referee Mr. Jones was having any of it, and rightly so. It was a soft one going down. Costa Simicas wins the ball again, high up the pitch from Liverpool's point of view.
And Alexis McAllister will deliver. Can Liverpool add another goal to this first half display? Ben Doak, my wide. Oh. Well, he caught that beautifully, and it took a very, very good stop from Padilla.
Well, again, the simple thing is just to on the half volley, lay it wide. Liverpool got a player there. He doesn't have any of that. He wants to score. And he just, on the half volley, what a shot. Meets it absolutely perfect. And Padilla has to be at his best to make the save. You can see there just in the far, just underneath the main stand. The easy pass is obviously out to the right-hand side. But Ben Doak absolutely having none of that.
That's a lovely little ball by Elliott to McAllister. Doak again. His turn to light up Anfield. It's Liverpool's young guns again doing the damage.
Well, isn't football such a strange old game? He hits one just 2 seconds before out the top drawer, meets it on the half volley, as sweet as a nut. And then like this one, you just expect the goalkeeper to make the save. He doesn't, and it just got enough power to take it past Padilla. The goalkeeper will think he maybe should have done a little bit better, especially from that angle. I think it's actually going across the goal, and the hand from the goalkeeper takes it into the far corner. But all credit to Ben Doak. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's exactly what he does do. And he gets the benefit of it. And the young guns are absolutely flying in this first 45 minutes.
Well, he nearly made a mess of a Ben Doak effort earlier in the game. This time he has made a mess of it. And Liverpool lead by 3-0. And Doak joining Rio Ngomora on the score sheet, either side of that Darwin Nunez goal.
Well, I was talking about the front three contributing with assists. Now, when you think about it, they're contributing with goals as well.
Well, they've set the bar pretty high here for those that will step in a little later. The likes of Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo and Hugo Ekitike. Stevenson, that's a good nick by Alex Berenguer. Oh, that's a really good challenge by Elliott to snap in and nick that ball from Navarro. Berenguer. He did well to keep it. He was fouled. Jones says too, you can carry on there. Into Robertson's header. McAllister caught in possession. Stevenson with a really good challenge to step in and help out Alexi McAllister there.
Well, just when you want your teammate to dig you out a little bit of a hole, he does that, Stevenson. Alexi McAllister, unlike him, gets caught in possession at the edge of the 18-yard box. It was a difficult one for him to take, but should maybe just hooked it on. But hey, that's why you got 10 other players to help you out.
That's helped on again. Looking for Ngomoa. And Padilla, well, that's got no chance of getting that. Liverpool are going to get a corner. McAllister will take. We are into time added on at the end of this first half. Curtis Jones has just made a late dart in towards the centre of the 6-yard box. That's where McAllister throws the ball. Doak's going to have a go again. Didn't get hold of it the same this time. And that brings an end to a thoroughly entertaining first half. Liverpool coming out of the traps so quickly. Rio Ngomoa again with that outstanding first goal to get Liverpool going. Darwin Nunez taking advantage of Ngomoa's assist for the second, and Ben Doak added himself a little belter as well. It's been all about Liverpool in this first half. Half time, it's Liverpool 3, Athletic Club 0. Welcome back. Interesting first half, wasn't it? And what more can you say about the way that Liverpool came out of the traps at the start of that game? It was incredible, wasn't it?
Well, they were on fire. I think obviously buoyed by a good crowd as well inside Anfield. Just look at it, like sun-drenched Anfield, what's not to like and what's not to inspire you. And Liverpool certainly started the game inspirationally.
You were very lucky that at 16 years old you broke into first-team football as a very young player. Not quite at Anfield and not quite at this level. You had to wait a while to get here, but what more can you say about Rio Ngomoa right now?
Well, as I say, we've seen him in pre-season, and it's just such an exciting prospect. And I think the difficulty, as Arne Slot says, is managing expectation. But, if he keeps doing things like what we saw in that first 45 minutes, well, it's hard to put a lid on it because it's so exciting. And he's such an exciting player. And Ben Doak on the other side as well is very, very similar. Both young players that have got no fear, they've got no like inhibitions to take people on and go at people. They can go inside, they can go outside. And, that kind of player in the modern day game is few and far between. So if we can nourish these two players into like the players that we expect them to be, well, Liverpool got a real couple of stars on their hands.
And for Athletic Club, they come from the Basque Country. They come over for a nice, steady couple of friendlies with Liverpool. They thought the game would get underway. It would just settle into a normal, friendly rhythm. I don't think they were expecting what they got.
No, I think they were quite shell-shocked, to be quite honest with you, because right at the start of the game, Liverpool, and we say it often enough, when Liverpool start the game with that intensity, it's so difficult to match. And like as I say, they were absolutely fantastic like early on in the game, and I think one down in the space of like 2 or 3 minutes, there's not really like an awful lot you can do.
Shall we have a look? Because Rio Ngamo has started to create his own little highlights reel in pre-season, and this was a moment to take the breath away, Gary.
Well, it's everything that's good about Liverpool. You can see there, it's not just that like the fact that Alexis McAllister wins the ball. There's Liverpool players all around the man in possession, and then obviously, I mean, he's still got an awful lot to do, Ngamo. I think he runs something like a half the length of the football pitch, but then to have the ability to like find the bottom corner, open your body up and find that shot. You can see here, we're just going to measure it, 36, 37 metres he's ran without anybody challenging, because he runs at such great pace. But then to finish it off, this is about what it's all about. It's not about the excitement of him running with the ball. It's all about end product, and the end product, well, speaks for itself, doesn't it?
There is one thing carrying the ball like that. It's totally another to then bend it in the far corner beyond the goalkeeper in such a cool, calm and composed way. And for Liverpool's second goal, he did the same, that composure after a good piece of work by Ben Doak to then have the peace of mind to just flick the ball back in the direction of Darwin Nunez to tap the ball home. Exciting,
like the ball, they get switched from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, but then it's really good build-up play. Stevenson plays his part, and then a lovely little ball by Harvey Elliott, so disguised. Ben Doak, sometimes we maybe question his final ball into the box, but you certainly can't question that. He picks out Ngamo, and Ngamo, again, as you rightly say, John, has the presence in mind not just to go for goal, but to find Darwin Nunez. And it's a really well-worked goal from the front three, but it's ably backed up by the midfield players as well. And as I say, Nunez does his job. The one thing that you ask for your centre forward, get ahead of your defender, get ahead of the centre back. He does that. It's a simple task to put it in the net, but the movement and the positional sense is good.
And you could see what it meant to Darwin Nunez to get himself an Anfield goal with a tap of the badge and a tap to the heart as well. As we say, Athletic Club were left shell-shocked by what Liverpool did at the start of the game, and it took them the time to feel their way into it. Liverpool were so dominant in the opening exchanges, but they did start to find their feet, and it is very much a makeshift Liverpool back four, but they gradually started to come back into it, and this is as close as they came in that first half.
Well, I think you're talking about a team that finished fourth in La Liga last season. You're going to obviously concede up opportunities to them, especially with the back four that we have is very much a makeshift back four, and a little bit sloppy there by Inoni, getting a little bit there. And I mean, it was the opportunity beforehand. I think that the volley is very a difficult one to take. He hits it really well. Maybe he hits it a little bit too well. If he maybe scuffed it a little bit, it might have been more beneficial for them. But as I say, I think it was Gomez that really missed the opportunity by miskicking it in the centre of the goal. And that's a decent strike, but it's always going to go over.
Yeah, there were a couple of moments in that first half for Athletic Club to try and find a way back into the game, but Liverpool started to get a firm grip of it as we went towards half-time. And the veteran on the right flank, the 19-year-old Ben Doak, having seen the 16-year-old Rio Ngamo light up Anfield, he thought, well, I fancy a piece of this. And he nearly got one screamer, and then he did get himself one.
Well, I don't think he wanted outshined, did he? He's probably thinking, well, Ngamo on that left-hand side is taking the full-back on a regular basis. Why shan't I? And again, it's old-fashioned stuff, isn't it? A winger getting to the byline, putting a ball into the box, and he nearly catches Padilla a little bit. Well, I wouldn't say flat-footed. You can see there the goalkeeper is anticipating the ball to get cut back further than what it was. And then Ben Doak, I don't think he means it. I think he just tries to deliver the ball into the box.
This is one heck of a strike,
This
isn't
is the
it?
opportunity. I mean, well, I say an opportunity. The simple pass was to play it out back to like Alexi McAllister, who'd taken the corner. He's having none of it. He fancies his chances on the edge of the box. Half volley. Can't strike it any better than that. And all credit to Padilla. He makes a really good save, to be quite fair.
But he was not to be denied. The goalkeeper made a mess almost of that ball he delivered little area. He did make a mess of this.
Well, seconds later, wasn't it, from that shot that we saw him make a fantastic save? He'll look at this and he'll think, well, I should have maybe done a little bit better. But again, all credit to like Ben Doak. Takes on the full-back, gets more or less to the byline, fires it across, and any time you fire it into that area of uncertainty between like the goalkeeper and the 6-yard box, you've got an opportunity. You've got like something might happen, and what happens is the goalkeeper makes a mess. He palms it into his own net. But it's, you know, it's not a case of like getting lucky. It's a case of like being there at the right time, doing the right thing, and then when I say it's not a case of getting lucky, you might get a little bit fortunate, but you've got to earn that fortune, and Ben Doak does that.
There is a little argument that it could be a goalkeeper own goal. He just deflected in, but he won't want it, and guaranteed Ben Doak will want it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will do, yeah.
Not a moment he'll want to remember there, but a moment Ben Doak will remember, and certainly one that Rio Ngamoa will remember in this first half. Terrific from Liverpool, and plenty more to come. Another game after this, but next is the second half of the first game here at Anfield. Welcome back. Athletic Club are ready to go for the second half. They're in the tunnel and they will want to, make some inroads into this damage that's been inflicted on them by Liverpool's youngsters in this first half. What we will see for the first time in a Liverpool shirt in the second period, as you can see just on the left of your picture there, Armin Petchy will be coming on to play the second half at Anfield. Lovely moment for him, the new signing, to get an opportunity for the first time in the Liverpool shirt, and it comes at Anfield.
Yeah, big occasion for him. I don't think that Freddie Woodman had too much to deal with in that first 45 minutes. It might be a little bit different in the second half. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, fantastic occasion.
Well, brought into the club, and nice to see him alongside Javi Valero there, who's back at the club now as the goalkeeping coach. He worked, of course, here under Rafael Benitez. Been off here, there and everywhere, but one of the most respected goalkeeping coaches around. And now working with that group of goalkeepers, and a lovely moment for what is an outstanding young goalkeeper, Armin Petchy. And certainly when you hear the players talk about him, from seeing him working with him in his first few weeks here, and he runs out for the first time at the Kop end, which is always one of those lovely moments for a goalkeeper, whether they're Liverpool or an opposing goalkeeper, because there's always been that level of respect here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a big occasion, isn't it, defending the goal in front of the Kop. But you know, if you're a goalkeeper and you come into a club like Liverpool, you're learning from the best, aren't you? Your peers are like second to none, so hopefully a big bright future for him.
Well, it's been a really, really good, entertaining first quarter of football that we're going to see at Anfield tonight. Liverpool leading by 3-0 and flying out at the start of the game and then adding a third right on half-time. It couldn't really have gone any better for the crowd or for Arne Slot. And once again, these young players really stepping to the fore. Here's Andrew Robertson. Elliott buzzing around. McAllister, that's a little loose from Nunez. And Berenguer, he's been caught by Kostas Tsimikas. The free kick will go the way of Athletic Club.
Well, in fairness, he did go down a little bit easy. He's going to look for the challenge. I think you just see the referee had probably a good view of that as well. The hand on the back of the Berenguer. As I say, there wasn't a great deal of force on it, but as a forward player, you're always looking for some sort of contact, and if you're feeling it, especially in the area that it is, you're going to go down.
Well, Petchy's been through a pretty strenuous workout at half-time and a warm-up. He might be involved very, very early here. Elliott's the blocker on the floor. And the free kick is hit into the wall by Berenguer. Did its job. Stood firm.
Well, as free kicks go, you have to say this is, well, a little bit disappointing, isn't it? Because it's neither one thing or the other. It's not high enough to go over the wall, and it's certainly not low enough to go under. Even if it did go under, then Liverpool did have the man on the floor. All in all, it was a bit disappointing in the end.
That's a lovely ball. Well, the flag does go up against Ben Doak. He tried to hold his run as long as he could.
Well, encouraging that he's looking to get in behind the back four of Athletic Club. Of course, Tsimikas just got to be a little bit careful. There's a couple of challenges that he's had. First one he questioned a bit as well, the one that he gave the free kick away on the edge of the box.
It wouldn't be Kostas Tsimikas if he wasn't questioning it though, was he?
Probably.
Lekwe. Gorothabal. This is Berenguer again. Well, he nearly fell over his own feet. It nearly turned into a trick to beat McAllister, who didn't fall for it. I'm interested to see how long he does play it, Alexis McAllister. Given Liverpool have been very, very careful looking after him in pre-season.
I would suggest he'll get at least an hour. I think it's that stage of the season where players will want to get minutes under their belt.
Well, the competition for place is such. Andrew Robertson with a really good recovery there to get in ahead of Serrano. Yeah, would you relish the challenge of getting in that midfield with all the talent at their disposal?
Well, it's a difficult one, but what you would say was, I mean, McAllister was one of the standout players last season, wasn't he? In my eyes, anyway, that's for sure.
In world football, because he did it for Argentina as well. That's a nice touch to flick the ball onto Navarro. He can't quite take it in and step away from Andrew Robertson. He was just caught. That's going to be a foul against Ben Doak. It's actually quite funny when you think about Ben Doak. Is that how did he actually get to 19? Lone spell away. It's a lovely thread. The goalkeeper comes, and Armin Petchy with an outstanding stop. Called upon for the first time in a Liverpool shirt, and responds with a really solid block.
Well, that's got to do his confidence the world of good if he needed it at all. What a really good save that is. I think we just get accustomed to the Liverpool goalkeepers making saves like that. That it becomes a little bit, you get a little bit blasé about it, but that is absolutely top drawer, that.
Ngamo with this is dazzling us with his quick feet again. Robertson. Neoni for Elliott. Just a few worried glances from the technical area towards Andrew Robertson at the moment, who is still not moving too easily after being slow in getting up after that challenge a few moments ago with Navarro. This is Berenguer. It's towards Navarro. Little pullback was looking for Una Gomez. This is a really, really good save, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. I think first time really that Liverpool have, like, the back four has been breached like that. As a centre back, that's just when you're like pleading that your goalkeeper comes to your rescue. And you can see there, like, the way he spreads himself. I mean, he's still got quite a bit of filling out to do, but he makes himself as big as possible.
Here comes Doak again. Looking for Lucas Stevenson, who was joining at pace, but was unable to get onto the ball played by the little Scot. So they will try to build again. That's a nice ball for Berenguer. Intelligent position as well, taken up. He's passed to Gorka Guraseta. Never going to find his man. We'll come back to De Luis here. Navarro. Flags up. Frustrating. Nick Hopton brings that attack to a premature end.
Andrew Robertson is still hobbling a little bit. I think it's a kick in the ankle. There's a bit of movement and concern on the Liverpool dugout or the Liverpool bench. I think there will be a substitution. I'm not 100% sure who it's going to be, like, but there is like movement.
Well, Welity Lucky has been warming up for a long time. He's taken his jumper off. Here's Ngomoa. Liverpool prepare that change. Got off the ball last time, managed to prevent Ngomoa beating him and running in on goal. So direct. Tidy from Jones. Liverpool are preparing a double change. We're told that at the moment Andrew Robertson isn't expected to be one of those. Robertson for Curtis Jones. Here's Neoni. I think Club are stepping up really high there. Liverpool just biding their time in possession. Nice take and turn by Jones, stepping into space, looking to thread the ball through to Ben Doak. Nicely read by Tsimikas. Here's Elliott. Little thread was looking for Nunez, didn't quite. the right direction on it. It's away by De Luis. Guruceta was sharp with his feet, caught by Jones, and Liverpool will make those changes now. Jayden Danns and Welity Lucky. With those who come on, Alexis McAllister's evening is over. Really good workout for him. As I said, Liverpool have been careful with him in pre-season. And the other to make way is Ben Doak, who's really enjoyed himself out there as well. Welity Lucky, the young Spaniard. He's been at Liverpool since he was 13. Comes on alongside Jayden Danns, who's already more than caught the eye since breaking into the Liverpool first team. Just a born goal scorer.
Well, the young man's been plagued by injuries, but certainly what we've seen so far is a goal threat, isn't he, Jayden Danns? Interesting. It looks as if he's going to play on the right-hand side. As expected. What is it, 1 hour mark?
Just a little shy.
Just a little bit shy.
56 and a half, or 56, 40 odd now.
Alexis McAllister, as you rightly say, Johnny, managed them all through the pre-season.
You know the workload that McAllister will have, not just with Liverpool, of course, internationally as well, with him travelling halfway across the world for international games. He's not the only one. Taro Endo goes even further. But you know the workload that McAllister has and the importance he has to this Liverpool side.
Well, what it means is Welity Lucky is just...
It's a nice little thread, and on it goes again, and Elliott's there and scores. It's another slick Liverpool move. It's the fourth goal.
Well, in the blink of an eye, Liverpool, the game was just kind of like a little bit flat. They've just upped the tempo yet again. And Harvey Elliott on this occasion with a really good effort. Again, they work it really well. The build-up play, like some of the football and like the final third of the pitch has been absolutely scintillating. Movement all over the place, good passing. Harvey Elliott just there, gets himself in a goal-scoring position inside the 18-yard box. That's where you want midfield players, especially attacking ones. And then again, the goalkeeper doesn't really cover himself in much glory from that point-blank kind of range, though. He's not got a great deal of cover. And Liverpool, well, 4 up.
Harvey Elliott loves playing for Liverpool. He loves scoring for Liverpool. And he's got himself one.
I was just saying that Lucky's gone actually alongside Andrew Robertson as a centre-back, and
Trainioni back into his...
Trainioni again.
Well, if he has got an orthodox position, it's gone into the middle of midfield. He is a central midfielder. We jest. Welity Lucky, who you actually saw his debut for the club, Gary, in an under-18 game against Nottingham Forest. I think he was still 15 then. He's progressed very well. He was spotted by Liverpool playing in a youth tournament in hails from Zaragoza. A more recognised goal scorer of those that have scored today, Darwin Nunez. De Luis. Gomez. Lovely turn by Navarro. Beautifully stepping away from Stevenson. And now up against Jayden Danns. Vesca. Serrano. Leque. It's going to come down towards Berenguer. Horrible ball to hit. He couldn't control it.
Well, it's an opportunity, but it's a difficult one. Just maybe bounces a little bit too high to hit it on the volley, but he's got to hit it from that sort of distance. You see there, the height's not ideal. Doesn't get his body up and over it. That's the reason why it flies straight into the Ockop.
We always talk about the opportunity for these young players who relish the opportunity not just to train with the first team players, but to play with them in front of a full Anfield. It's great when you're playing in front of, what, 67,000 in Yokohama. It's a nice ball. This is Serrano. Simicast does well. But to play in front of a full Anfield, that's what they've always aspired to do. And next, they want to tick the boxes off of debut, whether it be League Cup, Champions League or whatever. That's a ball that's headed away by Dans. Comes out to Navarro. Headed by Robertson. He's headed more balls today away than he would in a number of games combined. Foul was on Elliott.
That's what happens when you play centre back, John. You've got to head it.
Well, he's got a tough act to follow. Scottish centre backs at Liverpool. Alan Hansen was fantastic, wasn't he?
How did I know you were going to say that?
Sorry, Gary.
Well, you can't argue with it, can you? Ron Yates won by either.
You were great yourself. Yes, yes. You were good in yourself. Here's Dans for Liverpool. It's towards Nunez. He actually went for the harder ball of the two, it seemed. Stevenson was the one who was going right.
I thought he just maybe had spotted Stevenson.
Here's Berenguer at the other end. He does have good a set today. He might go on his own, though. He does go on his own, but he can't wrap his foot around the ball and squeeze it home.
Well, it's an opportunity. The one thing you would say, you've got to hit the target if you're in a position like that. Quality look, he just gets a little bit exposed, backing off, he just stumbles. That creates a little bit more space, but Andrew Robertson gets out quick. Just forces the angle to be a little bit awkward for the Bilbao player.
Alex Berenguer has been at Bilbao for 5 years now, getting over 200 appearances for the club, and vastly experienced. It still feels funny looking at Bilbao without Ika Manuain, who'd been the heartbeat of the club for so long. A couple of years since he moved on now. The end of a great career with his home club in the Basque Country, as it is to all these players. Jones for Simicas. Robertson. There's great vision to spot Stevenson. Una Gomez doing well to step in. Here's Welity Lucky. Elliott. Rio and Gamo's afternoon may be coming to an end very shortly. It's been another good one though. We probably want one last hurrah, because he loves it. Jones, Simicas. Here's Nioni. He's just cruised through today, hasn't he, again, Trainioni?
Yeah, both that centre back and his more recognised position as a central midfield player. Just looking, he looks as if he's maybe pulled a little bit of a hamstring.
Keep an eye on that there.
Yeah, I don't think he looks too comfortable.
As we say, the most important thing for Arne Slot is to keep his squad fit and get them all through these games unscathed. Bumps and bruises, yes, but nothing else. Jones, not this time. Couldn't find the flick. Well, you get the feeling that this is going to be the first standing ovation of many for Rio Ngamoa. Anfield rises to acclaim the boy who doesn't even turn 17 until the end of this month. Goal and an assist.
Well, it's been a fantastic performance, hasn't it? One thing you say, he's maybe like just faded out the game a little bit, but wouldn't you expect that? But like such an impact in that first 45 minutes.
Trent Coney-Doherty is the player who's come on to replace him. Liverpool want to make a second change as well. Trainioni, as you say, Gary, who just pulled up a little, holding the back of his hamstring, is going to be withdrawn here. And Tommy Pilling's going to come on to replace him. There will be a little concern in terms of whether it's just a bit of tightness or a little tear, but they don't look overly worried as Dione makes his way up. And Tommy Pilling comes on to get an opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, we're raving about Ben Doak and we're raving about Ngamoa, obviously, because they catch the eye because like, they're these sort of players, but Trainioni, I think, you know, you've got to give him credit. I mean, he's just burst onto the scene as well, and I mean, he looks as if he's a player that's got like tons of talent and tons of ability.
It became very apparent early on last season, I think in pre-season, when Arne Slot first arrived, that they held Trainioni in very high regard. He was front and centre of everything, and always with the first team. And despite his tender years, I think we might see the same with Ngamoa and co this year as well. The ball in towards Pilling. Come to Coney-Doherty. Dan's just put it in a little too hot for Darwin Nunez, and Padilla will get the ball away. It's going to come to Nunez. He might still get it back here. It's a good challenge on him by John De Luis. Brought away by Inigo Lekwe.
الفنية وكذلك
At the moment, Curtis Jones, I was going to say put his foot on it, but he rolled through him, but he had it all the time. Coney-Doherty. Lovely touch. Stevenson. Could be a foul. Clumsy more than anything by Una Gomez.
Well, Lucas Stevenson wasn't going anywhere, really, was he? Una Gomez just a little bit rash with the challenge.
Harvey Elliott will take what is basically a corner for Liverpool. Elliott waits. Liverpool looking to make it 5. Jones making sure everything was present and correct inside the penalty area. Good header away by Gomez. Simicast will go all the way back to Armin Pecci. Super save for him with his first involvement in a Liverpool shirt. Lovely touch by Pilling. Here goes Kone Doherty, the flag's gone up. Went up late against the Irishman.
Well, Padilla again. If you watch this, I know he's offside, he's well offside. That's Kone Doherty, but if you watch the goalkeeper here again, oh, just cut away. He anticipated again the ball got squared back. That did look a free kick.
Even Costas Tsimikas has got nothing to say about that one.
Well, Curtis Jones is
he has,
yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah.
The evidence was quite damning. And Bellinger will pick himself up and take the free kick. It's Ekitike who heads the ball away and did well, actually.
It did really well. Yeah, but it was an awkward one to take and did well to get like enough power on it.
Well, they haven't had the best of pre-season so far, Athletic Club. Only one win so far from... Well, they're not going to win this one, so 5 games, say. And 1 more to come. When they will unleash their big guns, their main weapons, as they would be. Andrew Robertson, Tsimikas, Nunez, Tsimikas looked after the ball really, really well. Gurazeta diving in probably made it a little easier for him. It was very tight, close control and nifty footwork. That's not, they've given the ball away, Liverpool. Not one to remember.
Well, no, it's not. I think it was speculative to say the least, and he gets right underneath it. There's Gurazeta.
Well, they're going to take off Andoni Golazabal here, and they're going to bring on Louis-Jean Johanneco, the Frenchman.
Also coming off is Alessandro Regro.
This is Unai Vencedo. And the final change is Aduares, who will come on for what time remains.
Coming off the pitch, Nico Serrano.
Returned from a loan spell away last season. That's Zaragoza, funnily enough. We talked about him with Ekitike a little earlier. Robertson, just for a moment, to be a little concerned, and did well to recover, and Ekitike will clear. Well, Liverpool have made a little bit of a hash of it, but they will win a throw-in.
Oh, as you would expect, the game coming into the final stages, well, I say the final stages, is still a good quarter of an hour to go, if not more, probably 20 minutes, but a few tired legs maybe.
Well, they've given the ball away again there, but again, a calm presence of Andrew Robertson deals with it. That's slick and it's nice. This is Aduares. Unai Gomez. Lovely turn by Bellinger. That was in towards the chasing Gurazeta. Impechi. Safe hands. As we say, there's still plenty of time left in this first game.
المباريات التي خاضها السياسي في بطولة كأس الكونفدرالية الإفريقية.
Games always tend to lose a little bit of shape and momentum, and there's been a number of substitutions. Liverpool 4 goals to the good. They'll be hoping this is just the starter as well. The main course is still to come. It's not a foul on Tsimikas. It was won by Aduares. Stuck the ball up, it's come off. Well, it's a bit of a freak moment. Guruzeta will score. It's unfortunate for Lucas Stevenson, who was trying to head the ball away, just got it all wrong, and gifted one to Guruzeta. And Athletic Club have a goal back.
Well, just in the last 5-10 minutes, Liverpool got a little bit sloppy defensively. He goes down too easily, does Kostas Tsimikas, and then nice little move. You just think that, well, it's a simple header by Lucas Stevenson. He just gets it all wrong, gets a little bit underneath it, tries to guide it away. You can see there, trying to put a little bit of like power in it, right, to like help it on its way. But in doing so, as I say, he gets it all wrong, and really the first mistake that he's probably made in the whole game.
It's probably the first one in pre-season. He's done well, hasn't he?
Guruzeta, well, he finds the back of the net. Simple chance, simple opportunity created by Liverpool.
He'll be relieved because the last one he put about 30 yards over into the cup a few minutes or so ago. Here's Trent Corney-Doherty. He's rather turned into traffic. Navarro's got a trick about him or two. Bellinger. Back to Una Gomez. De Luis. This is Johanico, the early sign from French football from Bordeaux. It's actually pulled up a little after that as well.
I think Kostas Tsimikas just maybe run his studs down the back of his Achilles.
Look, he's looking for someone to find, to battle away for the ball with Navarro. It's actually going to be a Liverpool throw.
Now, the one thing you've got to do as a defender, and especially as a centre back, you've got to see things early and do things early.
Stevenson will take the throw for Liverpool. Dance. Just going through that part that you tend to get in friendlies. The game is a little loose. All the substitutions, everything. Aduares was just offside before that shot came in. The flag went up very, very early from Nick Hopton.
Well, clearly offside, but again, I have to say, Peshke, it's a good little save, isn't it? Down low to his left-hand side. He made himself big in the right sort of position.
Another change for Liverpool. Darwin Núñez has got himself a goal. And he will depart. Simple reception for him. His contribution and the late goals he scored last season were a big, big part of Liverpool going on to win that Premier League title. A number of times he'd pop up in stoppage time to win games for Liverpool. Times he did it. Remember that game at Newcastle when they were down to
10 men, sorry, should I say.
And then of course at Brentford with a game looking as though it was petering out to a draw, and he won it with scored twice in stoppage time. They weren't the only times as well. There's been so many of them since he came to Liverpool. Good strength from Ekitike. Stevenson under pressure. Was robbed his Navarro. Vencido. Tidy. Berenguer. Mahrez had nowhere to go. Liverpool squeezed him very quickly. Stevenson will go back to Armin Pecci. If you want to be a Liverpool goalkeeper, you've got to be good with the ball at your feet.
I think that goes for most goalkeepers these days, to be quite honest.
The game evolves, players come, players go. It takes some getting used to when you see those departing that have been part of the furniture for so long. Praveen Kelleher moving on. Mamardashvili coming in alongside Armin Pecci and Freddie Woodman, just to bolster the goalkeeping ranks. And they know that at this stage the chances will be at a premium. Did Vitislav Jaros think that he'd play the games he didn't know? This is broken for Kumas. The goalkeeper makes the save. Kumas again. The challenge was a good one in the end. Johaniko. A lovely crossfield ball. Udoseta able to take it in, but they're still moving.
He's been lively since he came on early doors, Navarro, for Prados.
It wasn't ideal to lose a player to injury. 2-0 down early on in the first half. And by Unai Vencido. There is the aforementioned Robin Navarro. Berenguer. Berenguer again. 30 players, they made the journey over from the basket. That's a lovely ball for Johaniko, who's made the break in behind. He does score, but it's not going to count. He flags up.
In fairness, the referee's assistant flag goes up pretty much straight away.
Substitution for Liverpool, number 17.
Good finish. Certainly offside.
Liverpool are going to make another change here. Curtis Jones will make way, and Skelson makes way for another. Michael Laffy comes on to replace him.
Athletic Bilbao is number 12,
A couple of changes as well for the Basque side. As Hugo Ekitike will come on.
Is number 7, Alex Berenguer. He's replaced by number 28,
Teo Canales will come on as well for the final few minutes for Ernesto Valverde's first side of the evening. Still one game to go, remember. I enjoyed this one. The second will provide the same level of goal mouth action and entertainment. Been nice as well for a lot of these that have never had the opportunity at such a stage before. Not Liverpool bench, the likes of Laffy and Conor Doherty and Tommy Pilling, Ekitike, join the likes of Kumas and Dans, who have tasted the big time and want more. That's Laffy. Back with Armin Pecci. By Coney Doherty, who sets off the game trying to break in behind. Never willing and never running is Trent Coney Doherty. Comfortable anywhere along the front, really. It's that initial step up, isn't it, from 18s to the Premier League 2 side, as it would be. And 21s. And then that massive step.
He seems to have been on the radar for quite a while, doesn't he, Trent Coney Doherty?
Yeah, he's been involved with the first team before. Travelled before and been part of the setup. 19-year-old now. Hails from Derry. Goes back to Padilla. Navarro will chase, but Tsimikas away. Jayden Dans. I get the impression that Athletic Club are somewhat done now for this first game, that those that have featured in this. Funnily enough, the bench is pretty much the same for the second game, so those that have come on might get a little bit of time in the second game as well, although I think both coaches have stressed that they want to get some more miles in the legs of those that are set to start the season. I think the club actually head off from here to play Arsenal. Nice couple of tests for Ernesto Valverde's side. Yeah. Playing the top 2 in the Premier League. But it's like you said, that's what you want. You want testing by clubs at that level. They're the clubs we're going to face in the Champions League. It's all about winning things and success as a player and a coach. Really respected for his time at Barcelona as well. Here's Dans. That's nice. He's trying to do it on his own, and it will break for Coney Doherty. And Padilla does well. Flag stayed down as well for Trent Coney Doherty. His touch seemed to come off a defender. And would have counted. Vencedo. Dans. We're heading into towards the final minute of the first 90 at Anfield. We'll come all the back to Inigo Leque and John De Luis, both who have completed the 90 minutes. That was a nice turn by Unai Vencedo. The foul was by Michael Laffy. Well, is there any more left in this game? Joanico, Canales. Liverpool doing the damage in the first 5 minutes of this first friendly. And able to add to those goals. Only the one in the second half. So far, Stevenson, who's pulled up with what looks like a bit of cramp. Coney Doherty. Well, the first game ends in a resounding win for Liverpool and for Arne Slot's side, who came out of the traps very, very quickly. Rio Ngomoa, the goal, opening once again created his own highlight reel in this outstanding pre-season he's having. Bendo